recording. It is recording.
It's recording.
It's recording.
Hey, Trav, is it recording?
I'm always worried that when I put it on the stand, I like stop it or something. But I'm gonna say it's recording. Let's go.
Yay! Tries.
What is this? Try 9.
Try 9.
Cat's got 9 lines.
Do we want to count yesterday's tries?
Yesterday was 50 minutes of talking into microphones that were not on the correct setting. And
I think we should post it anyway.
I don't. It hurt my ears. It's so crackly and annoying.
I'm wearing the same shirt, so I mean, they'll never know the difference.
I think I am too. Gross, guys.
Oh no. Alright.
Hey, don't.
Yeah.
If
Drive.
you, not the rumble strips.
Rumble strips aren't going to help.
Anything but the rumble strips.
Okay. That's probably going to be loud. Okay.
That's fine. Loud is good.
Longtin Motorsports. Back again.
Another long haul with the Longtins here.
Another long haul.
Actually,
we're like 2 hours into it.
Well,
2 hours down.
It took us an hour to decide that we wanted to do anything.
It did.
And then it took us another 45 to get it figured out because we had to test these microphones 9 different times to make sure that they were working properly.
Accurate.
Because yesterday, I think we said before that we wasted a lot of time talking to a camera that wasn't quite recording the audio very well.
We can hit those points again.
I don't remember what we all talked about.
Yeah, we got notes. We got notes that guided us
somewhere. Where we just left.
Yeah, well,
that Lake of the Pines,
Pine Lake.
The Tree Lake, Pine Lake.
Ever heard of it?
Aspen Lake?
Aspen?
Oak Lake? Maple Lake?
No, I think it's Pine.
I think it's Pine Lake.
Pine Lake.
Yeah.
Drove up to Pine Lake. Not a race weekend, but just a test weekend.
Yep.
Kind of a test for a number of things.
Test for a lot of things.
A lot of things. Speakers being one of them.
Yeah. Mics.
Microphones.
That was good.
Camera setup.
Mics, camera setup. Excursion.
So, for those that don't know, we were without excursion last year.
For the whole year?
For the whole year.
Well, right, because it popped on the way to get the sleds. I remember that now.
We went up to Thief River to pick up our brand new 2023s last year. Like Christmas weekend?
No, it was the weekend before, wasn't it?
I don't remember. But blew a plug out. It's an old V10, so they're known for, if you don't have the updated heads, there's not too many threads holding your plugs in. Likes to pop them out, take the aluminum threads with it, and then if you use the cheap gas station fix-it kit, likes to render your cylinder heads useless. And when you go to the shop and say, hey, this is a common issue on these V10s, these early V10s, I'll say, they go, oh yeah, no, we want $10,000 to do a long block. It's like, oh, well, how about like $3,000 to do heads? And they're like, no, long block. It's like, oh, you won't just do heads? And they're like, no. Nobody. I couldn't find anybody local to do it. And Grant happened right before race season last year. We were able to borrow Dad's pickup. Shout out to Dad.
Yeah.
Found about 20,000 miles on that thing.
Another V10, actually.
Another V10.
I was just waiting for one to go.
rides myself on this one, but that took long. I mean, it didn't take that long. It just took long to get to it.
Right.
Didn't really get to it till after the race season. Then I might have had to do it twice, which is a story for another day.
Yeah, I don't care.
When I get off the rumble strip. No, so test for the excursion after a rebuild.
Yeah. Test for the trailer, which failed miserably.
Yeah, no, I did not do well.
Didn't. It
We
wasn't the trailer that didn't do well.
We still could have ran the heat, so we put new
furnace units. Two new furnace units in it, or new to us.
Yep.
Repurposed.
So we wrapped some furnaces out of our folks' old camper.
Yeah.
And so we could have. We never even really did test them. We could have ran them on the battery, but rather than run the battery down, because the real issue was our generator wasn't working, and it's been a common thing. It likes to fight us right away, and then I don't know, kind of comes out of it when it wants to.
It's got a mind of its own.
It's been a good generator, but it's also been kind of a fight.
Right. I think the fight's not worth it. Probably just gonna go get another one. Yeah. I don't think it's a bad generator. I think it hates the cold. I think
It is a bit cold-blooded.
and it just, I don't know. I feel like there's probably better units out there. Granted, the inverter thing was nice and it was quiet, but
It did run a long time on a tank of gas.
right. But what do you do? I feel like I want reliability. I want to be able to just run one and let it go. So that's
The generator did not pass the test.
Nope. We broke our fuel pump
Yep.
thingy.
Time for a new pump
So
for our fuel barrel.
ordered a new pump for the fuel barrel. That should be here Thursday. Should be at your place Thursday.
A few odds and ends that we just didn't pack. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. Main goal of the trip was just really shake down the trailer. Let's get things. Let's make sure everything's okay that way.
What are we missing? What do we need? What?
You know, seems silly, but when in years past, Pine Lake has been the first time we really load up the big trailer and go anywhere and run the generator or do any of this stuff. And historically, it doesn't go well.
Yeah, no. Not at all.
So then, instead of worrying about racing, you're worrying about dumb crap like deer on the road when I don't have a horn.
Deers. Couple of three deers.
You remember the Pine Lake trip that took the horn out of this thing?
That was last year.
2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Fire cats, baby.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That was the year you hit your noggin. No wonder you don't remember.
Dude. Yeah. Yeah.
Went to Pine Lake, did some testing on. We brought the 440. Gerald Deerdahl Memorial, Pine Lake 200. They released their 97 Pro 440 rules. 3-man team, motocross scoring, and one rider has to be born
Before 83 or 84?
82? Before 1982? Whatever. So we snagged up old Paulie V.
We got Paulie V with us. He was out today. He popped out around noon, had lunch with him, and he's got a new 19 cat.
Yeah.
New to him.
Nice Pro Cross.
And we all got a few laps on that 440. And Adam and I took laps on his new 19. He's trying to get that set up as we're trying to get that 440 set up, which honestly was
successful.
I mean,
I'm gonna call it.
As far as
It can always be better.
Yeah, we could always nitpick everything off of it, but as far as we just dumped it on the ice for the most part. I mean, you obviously did the carb and the gear work from last year.
Yep.
But I mean, essentially, it's almost a stock sled.
Yep.
I mean,
really, I mean, it is.
Yeah.
There's nothing
fancy,
nothing
done
trick
to it.
going on there.
Some worn out front shocks, a little bit of limiter strap.
Some pretty bad front shocks.
I mean, I don't know. The thing was fast. It once it's warmed up, that old card machine can run pretty decent. So I was happy with it. Obviously, would like a little bit more time, but hey, I think
we got on the ice.
We got on the ice, and I feel like we could be competitive with it. And if it runs that well, I'll be okay with it. We'll have to modify a stand, keep it warmed up.
Maybe we should just order another one. They're $110.
Yeah, we should do that.
Stand and shield.
You pointed at me like I was going to take my phone out.
Yeah, I'm using Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey. Okay. Well, probably just order another stand.
Yep.
Be here in a couple days.
And them other guys, they had those rollers carts that I was looking at that I showed you that were 104. Those were the same carts.
The ones that hook up in the front.
No, if you looked what Brown had,
oh yeah,
that was the same cart I was looking at.
Interesting.
So I don't know how you feel about that, but
well, I'd like to get ours fixed.
Okay.
I think ours would be fine if I get it fixed.
Adam also wanted to fix the generator. This is where him and I differ all the time.
Yeah.
But
hey, I did just say to buy a new stand.
That's true.
Instead of monkeying around.
You're the flip of the coin with that stuff.
You never know.
I
think about stuff different though.
Yeah.
Like the stand, I don't know. It's $100.
Like the generator, like you want to sit and tinker with.
Yeah,
I feel like you hyperfixate on something. Like I can solve the problem.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I can solve the problem by fucking getting rid of it. I don't know. That's everybody's different. It's always entertaining. The two of us and how we go about stuff.
I'm holding a grudge. That generator, as the more I think about it, has been a pain in our ass pretty much since day one.
Yeah.
The trouble with it wasn't that cheap.
Right.
And that's my grudge. It's like, for what it costs, it should really, it's got to be better. It's got to run better than that. But I say that. I wish I knew how many hours we had on it, because we've had success with it. It's just one of those things
there's been weekends that I feel like
you kind of forget about it.
That it ran all weekend and you just didn't even think about it. But
I don't know. Whatever. Choose their battles.
Yeah. Yep.
So we slid around on the ice a little bit. We got some video.
Not a lot.
2-man crew. I mean, normally is.
Right. I didn't even get my tripod out, and I feel kind of dumb now that I think about it. But
we were there for a while too. Like, we had plenty of time. I think we were kind of monkeying around though. Like, swapped out a brake lever, modified a brake lever, did some work on the brakes themselves, some handlebar adjustments.
Pulled up limiter strap.
I mean, it wasn't that we weren't doing something,
right? Overall, sled wise,
you could run it how it is.
You could run it.
I think it would be somewhat competitive. I'm doing
if a guy wanted to go in there and mint it, I mean, sure, we could get new shocks and we could we could redo the adjustable, and we could, I mean, maybe, you know, another however X amount of studs, maybe. Because if you had the adjustable, you could pull.
I was pretty happy with our studs.
If that adjustable shock was working, I wouldn't be afraid of putting more studs in.
Right. Because you can pull it up.
Right.
And you're saying you would have pulled more limiter up?
In the conditions we were in back there, probably not.
I'd say once we had a groove, I would have.
Right.
Once there was a groove, it started pulling inside skis up a little bit.
Yep.
I was having to use my hips to bump in the seat like you do.
Mm-hmm.
The old. It was fun riding a ZR.
That was fun. No, super fun machine to ride. And we never really rode those chassis.
No.
I mean,
no, but it reminds me of how we got our Firecats hand.
Right.
You're sitting back a ways.
Yep.
And you're dropping your butt off the seat, and you're using your butt.
It's amazing how much more comfortable, almost less work.
Almost, yeah. It's different work, certainly. I think it's just more muscle memory.
It would have been nice to have the 23s out there, I think, and to.
Well, we know what kind of work we got ahead of us. That's why you say that, or just to compare.
Just to compare.
Yeah.
Just to contrast. I mean, I get it. They're going to be work regardless, but I feel like we're in good shape. If, I mean, obviously we came up here, dropped shocks off. I think we're going to get the short and rear shocks.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, we should call it in tonight.
That will limit our monkeying with the limiter strap too much, I guess. I think we have that figured out from last year.
Yep.
When it comes to settings, like shock settings and stuff, I think we got that down where we want our blocks at.
Yeah. The only thing, I got a pretty good idea where I want to put mine. I know you didn't get as much time last year.
Well, yeah, I didn't run outer tail because I blew that clutch up.
Yeah.
And whatever, it is what it is. And I really didn't get more than X amount of laps on Pine Lake either, I guess.
Yeah.
So I didn't really run a lot of ice last year.
Not clean ice. So that's my only, I guess.
I kind of forgot that I really didn't run clean ice last year.
Because my setup and your setup historically were never exactly the same. I think you liked yours a little tighter. Well, no, looser.
I like mine looser.
Looser. Yeah, I don't know.
I also notoriously just want to ride it and not touch it, because I feel like we go out for some test laps, then do a parade lap. Okay, I know where it's at. I don't want to mess with it.
Yeah.
Like I'm
on race day. Which is something I could certainly learn from you. That let's just leave it alone now today and ride it. But at the same time, we have found gains on race day.
Yeah. No, there's been times where you've changed things without telling me that.
Yeah.
I mean, have made differences for me, and positive ones. So. But yeah, that 440 machine is just super fun to rip around.
It's not far off. Now,
no.
In my head, I'm going through all the things that's going to put it in the top 3, because I think it could be there. I think there's going to be some good riders, so maybe I'm way overconfident.
Motor wise, I think that thing's right there.
I think it's solid. There's a little bit of carb work I'd like to try, at least if I got those needles. I think I wouldn't touch the motor. I think there's a lot of different suspension stuff that could be front shocks. I think would make a huge difference.
Right.
especially when we had that groove, it really started to roll.
Yep.
And I could tell right away which front was
fresher than the other.
yeah.
Yep.
Not far off.
No, not far off at all. It's a
You could
25-year-old machine.
We could turn around, unload it, and race it right now if we
Yeah.
had to. I mean, it's a rideable machine. Last year it was not a rideable machine.
No, it was not. When you said this morning that like you didn't know how much that your gear work and carb work had fixed it, and then I hopped on it and I was like, oh no, this is a completely different machine.
I also hadn't really taken it out.
Right.
Like I did one little loop, and I was like, that low end still a little rough, but anyway.
Completely different machine. Yeah,
I'm happy with it.
no, I am content with it for sure. What else? What else we got going on?
Gunner waited till we left
To show up.
to show up with his 440. I think he was scared.
Yeah.
Nah, it was too bad. Didn't really get time to chat. We were kind of loading up, taking off when the Arlo clan showed up.
Yeah.
But to their point, they live there, so they can go out a few hours at a crack. And,
God, wouldn't that be nice?
where the hell am I going here? A lot of catalysts.
Oh yeah, a
on
lot
the
of
ice
catalysts
today.
on the ice.
That was fun to see.
Yeah, that. Ooh, we'll see.
We'll see.
I guess I don't. Bunkies were out there with their machines. I mean, I think those were the only players' machines out there. Everyone else was running the cat.
Yeah, plenty of cats. I suppose. I don't wonder how far we are from Thief River. There can't be
too far.
40 miles or something.
But no, nice little trip, I guess. Probably didn't accomplish everything we wanted to, but you never do.
I don't think it went too bad.
It could have gone way worse.
Certainly.
Always could go worse. Sleds in one piece. We're in all one piece, two pieces.
Got to try out new goggles.
Oh, yeah.
And so what? These are stage 2.
I would have to crawl back there and dig one out.
Actually, pretty happy.
Yeah.
With how they worked. Not a lot of air getting pushed through. We weren't like taping holes off. It wasn't super cold, but I mean it was 20s, lower 20s.
Yeah, I think
And we weren't pushing super strongly straight away. I didn't notice a problem at all. So
I think I'm just whiny. I want my eyes to feel like I'm standing still. I want there to be zero air movement in there. I just feel like my eyes dry out real fast if there is. But for the most part, it wasn't near as bad as like the early setup from last year. And I don't remember which goggles those were, but those were a smaller, lighter goggle. These have a bigger lens for sure. It covers more of the face a little bit.
Yep.
Those are what, CX200s?
Ones. CX100s.
CX100s.
Carbon fiber helmets. Castle X, baby. I love those helmets.
Yeah, they're so light. So light.
I think we gotta get you in the 200 is the flip shield.
The flip down.
Like Paul had.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see he was running goggles under his?
Was it?
I think we got to look at the newer version that we got and see if the goggle will fit in there. I don't know that it will. If it will, it's another thing to try.
Right. Right. My only concern about that, but it really doesn't matter because our helmets before were heavier. They weren't the carbon. They were the what? The whatchamacallit, whatever.
I don't remember. Polycarbonate.
Yeah. They weren't the carbon fiber. But you win some, you lose some. I would rather have a little bit heavier helmet and have a larger field of view and less wind than yeah. You know what I'm saying.
It just depends too what we're doing. You know, an i500, I still think I gotta go with that carbon.
Think so?
Just from the amount of miles and the beating you take, like, that little bit of weight might make a difference. Maybe not though.
I don't know what beating you're talking about. I felt great afterwards.
Body wise, for sure. Actually,
No, I did not feel great.
What?
I did
You
not.
felt like I felt after day one. Day one.
I think, yeah, we flip-flop days.
Swap days.
My day one, I felt great. I felt like $1,000,000. And then after the end of day two, and that was a mixture of a lot of things that went wrong for me on my last 125 miles. But, yeah.
Remind me when I hit a gas station. I want to check airbag pressures on this thing.
I think you're leaking.
I'm feeling light in the passenger side. Just kind of got a tilt feel to her. A little less confident in the back end there. That just could be the wind too.
Couldn't even tell you which way the wind's blowing. Let me guess, we're gonna bucket all the way home.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's how it goes. What else? Well, we were gonna do a kind of a beginning of the year video, like a check-in in the trailer last night.
Wait, that was a thing that was gonna happen.
With no generator, we didn't have any lights. We ended up getting a room.
Yeah, I suppose we could have done it in the hotel room. But I think we were both kind of grumpy.
A little bit.
I mean, not like super grumpy, but I think we were just like, God damn it.
Well, we had eaten, so we were full and kind of sleepy.
That too.
And stuff wasn't working. Yeah, I was a little grumpy.
I was kind of disappointed. I was excited to sleep in the trailer, get that heat going, and see how that works. We'll have to run that next weekend.
Yeah.
We'll have to just run that outside the shop and see.
Maybe it'll cool off enough we can just get on the ice by home somewhere.
That would be cool. I'd be happy with that.
Do a little more testing and tuning. Maybe the 23s will be put back together because they're not.
They're almost together. Easy, almost.
A couple of things to do first, but we'll get it.
It'll all get there.
I'm not too worried.
Like I said before, I don't worry about much.
Nah.
Try not to.
Nah.
So, are you excited for Pine Lake?
I am excited to get on the ice. Yeah. Excited to ride. It felt so nice to just ride something today.
Oh, yeah. Been
2 months since
2 months since you touched a bike.
Yeah. Wonder how the light is in here now. It's getting dark on us.
Oh, I think we'll be. Is that going to bother your driving?
No. Actually,
Your retinas are good?
yeah.
Okay. I trust you. I just feel like we're in the spotlight now, and everyone else on the road is just looking at us.
Yeah, I don't care.
That's fine. I like being the center of attention.
So I think we'll do a separate video. That kind of just goes over like, hey, start of the season.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about a couple of
We'll
things.
have to do that next weekend, I think.
I think so.
Unless you were planning on doing something when we got. Well, I know we were dropping me off first. Yeah, we'll have to do that next weekend. I have Friday off.
Sure.
Remember, because that was originally Pine Lake, so I had taken that off. Not that you guys care, but yeah, we'll have to do a little bit of that. See how we felt about the ending of last year and last year in general. See what we're looking forward to this year, and don't hit our roadside buddies here.
Yeah, not a great spot to be.
Well, it could be better.
I mean, I'm sure they didn't choose it.
That's true. We don't want to go north.
I don't really want to go north.
No, trying to go south. Back down south. Yeah.
What else did we touch on yesterday?
I don't remember.
That was about it.
Maybe I could open this thing. I feel like I wrote something down, but I don't remember. I don't remember exactly what.
Based on how foggy it is here in Fargo, I'm not excited for the rest of our trip south.
Why would you say that, Adam?
It only ever gets a little worse.
Are you telling me that Summit area?
Not thrilled.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not looking forward to it, if that's what you're asking.
My notes from yesterday, if you want to hear those, I have 3 bullet points. And that was besides, I wrote all those interview questions, and then I wrote 3 bullet points real quick before we started recording, and I asked, why is it windy?
That's right. I thought it was miserable. Well, Travis, why is it windy?
Well, we've determined that there is some sort of influence that you guys ever heard of the butterfly effect? I feel like whenever we put the ball of the hitch on the excursion onto this trailer and it locks in, and we decide that we're going to go somewhere of a length of a trip, the weather decides to change immediately, and it just gets worse for the wear.
Yeah, essentially it turns to shit.
Yeah. So we traveled through wind and ice with a big wind sail pulling behind us all the way. That was a good time.
Good, pretty solid 50-mile-an-hour crosswind, at least gust-wise.
Yeah. It was. My second bullet point was, where TF the fuck are we going?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we disclosed that.
And we decided that we were going to Pine Lake.
We went to Pine Lake.
And then I asked the question, why is there only a 440 in the trailer?
That was where you started to pick on me because the 23s are in a few pieces.
I'm picking on us, if anything.
We're always talking about how we're going to tear sleds down in July.
Right.
4th of July, we're gonna start tearing sleds.
But I feel like we're doing July things.
Yeah, I mean,
it's really hard to coop yourself up in a shop and tear apart a snowmobile you're not going to ride for 6 months.
It'd be general torture, but that's why we bought dirt bikes too. You can just go ride those then.
Right.
And I mean, we did a lot of riding this year, dirt bike wise.
Right.
But there was time in there. We could have got it done.
Oh, there's always time. The biggest lie we ever tell ourselves is that we're too busy.
Let's download an app and record how much time you spend on apps.
No. I refuse, dude. I will.
I think iPhones do this on their own. I download an app and I found there's direct correlation between like how pissed off at the world I am and how much time I spend on you name it, Facebook, Instagram.
I will sit on Instagram Reels I will watch the most heinous of things on Instagram Reels for hours. And it's just like,
why do we do this to ourselves?
Yeah, I don't know. It's mind-boggling stuff. That's
Point being, if you spend more than an hour a day on a combination of social networking apps, I can promise you got time.
Oh yeah,
you got plenty of time.
You got time to be doing a lot of things. What is it? Is it 20 minutes a day for a year of anything, and you're better than like 95% of the population at that thing?
It doesn't take much.
No.
At the end of the day, it really doesn't. But
that's 20 minutes of laser focused time.
And I'm sitting here where if I went back, my average is well over 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
A day.
No, I am. I will sit on Instagram Reels. And, 7 seconds of dopamine at a time, man. So my brain hurts.
It's just depressing.
It is depressing.
Anyway, that's why we need more snowmobile videos. We need more of that stuff. I feel like that's not as depressing. Did we lose light? Something happened?
Feels like it dimmed down or a bulb went out.
Something just happened over there.
It's only shining at you now.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll sit in the dark.
That's a bummer.
Well,
write that down. We need a bulb in the excursion. See, this is why we do these things. Shake down the setup, man.
Shake down the setup. We need a bulb. Yeah. So, that's a thing now.
What else did you have for bullet points there?
Dude, it was just those three.
It was those three.
Like, we went off a whole lot of nothing, and I feel like we said a whole lot more.
I don't know.
But that was a whole 24 hours ago. Over?
Yeah, we got different stuff to say now, too, because we actually rode.
I actually got to ride something that was nice.
I really hope that airbag on the passenger side is not leaking. Because then what do you do with that?
What do you do with that?
So you gotta fix it, replace it, or something.
Fix a flat?
I don't know if that's how it's gonna work.
I mean, is that a process?
I don't know. I paid somebody else to put them in the first time, to be honest. He didn't make it sound like it was that enjoyable.
I thought you had put those in for some reason.
No, it worked out. I had a guy putting the rear end in it at the time, and I dropped the boxes off and said, hey, put those in while you're at it.
Right. I forgot about that.
Not been the trustiest of old girls.
Yeah. Well, you'll have that on the big jobs.
It works.
They say.
Got anything else?
God, I got so much. The inner workings of my mind are an enigma.
Yeah, we don't need to get into that, Patrick.
Probably don't want to go down those roads, but it's all right.
Be a busy season. We're gonna
very
be
busy season.
The first 3 weeks right in a row. Is it just 3? But then it's Eagle River, and I'd like to go watch myself.
You're not gonna be able to go watch. I gotta work, but carry on.
And then, yeah, we got some other stuff in the mix that'll be fun to talk about. I know.
Did you want to talk about that now, or did you want to talk about that in like its own deal?
I think we'll make it its own deal.
We could make that its own deal. I think people already know.
Yeah, it's not a secret.
But I feel like we could do a little short video about just talking about that.
I think that's worth it. So worthy endeavor there.
Yeah, and I got nothing else.
Busy year, some big things to come.
Yeah,
we'll do more of this. We're figuring out how these mics work.
I hope to do a lot more of this. I hope to do a little bit of this in the shop, a little bit of this in the trailer. Try to just put us out there, and I hopefully just get comfortable talking to a camera.
As you watch, we're just rambling, pretty much. There are facts and figures you would like us to get into.
Anything at all, actually.
Let us know what you like.
Yeah. But as usual, just like you should like all of our shit is what it comes down to. Like you should just like all of it.
Yeah, just go through and like it all.
Just go through and just spam it, just because. We would really appreciate it.
Not gonna be able to move on from this guy.
I don't know. He'll be fine.
God, I hate doing that.
Well, what do you do?
Yeah, so at Longtin Motorsports on everything.
Yeah.
There's a couple of YouTube channels, one where we just throw it on.
Yep. One just gets uploaded. The other one, I usually try to only do some edits, even though these will not be edited.
These will be thrown on.
These are just going to be thrown on. I don't know. If anyone wants to raise their hand and say, hey, I'll cut apart your rambling and make it coherent, that would be awesome. Good luck. Because I don't want to take the time to do it. I don't think he wants to take the time to do it. That's why I just want to do these, upload them, move on with our lives so we can fucking go fast and not worry about shit. So,
got some shop work to do.
Yeah, we have better shit to be doing than sitting behind a blue screen and editing shit. So,
I mean, it's not that we don't want to do it. It's just time. We both got full-time jobs.
Very time consuming, and I like my sleep nowadays. I'm old.
He's kind of crabby.
I'm old, I'm tired, I'm crabby, and I work with fucking children.
Oh, come on.
My other job.
Oh.
My other job.
Oh. Alright. At Longtin Motorsports, like, subscribe, follow. You know the drill. Watch out for this stuff. We're going to be doing more. We got long hauls, if you will.
Yeah, long hauls. A lot of long talks with the Longtin brothers here, and go out and ride something today. Go fast. Go fast somewhere.
Go do something cool.
You'll feel good about it.
I feel pretty damn good today.
I do feel good today.
I did something cool today.
All right. Check you later. See you next time.
Peace.